Greetings, y'all. It's your Knock Peter Mata, and welcome back to another Golf Stories podcast, episode 9. Of course, joined here by PGA Tour caddy Derell Atten. Derell, what's going on? You're back home, man.
Back home, episode 9. I mean, that's exciting in itself. It's didn't think we'd get this far, but we're here, and that's exciting. I mean, honestly, I enjoy doing this, so it's kind of cool to, have, a diet of, doing this, getting to talk with you, and for our listeners, I've gotten, a couple, nice words. So, I mean, until everybody that talks to me says negative, we're going to keep doing it. Negative things, we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. At the very least, we're going to try to get through this whole year. I mean,
yes,
that's definitely the goal.
Yes. I mean, let's do a season. We'll do a season, and we'll see if our producers or whatever tries to, renew us.
The higher ups.
The higher ups.
Yeah, they haven't canceled us yet.
We still don't know who they are, but we know they're out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to higher ups, whoever you are.
Shout out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really flown by, man. I mean, 9 weeks. I used to in school, that's how they broke it down. I mean, and 9 weeks time. I mean, it's really a snap of the finger. I mean, just yesterday, I remember talking to you about doing this whole thing, but here we are already to the Players Week. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about this past weekend with 2 tournaments, like we said last week. The Arnold Palmer, you can see behind me, as well as the Puerto Rico Open, where you were a caddy for a little change of plan last minute.
Last minute. Sorry to burst your bubble on your, little pick over there.
Yeah, Chris, unfortunately, at the WD.
Yeah. I mean, we could start off with let's start off with Bay Hill, and then I'll give my little spiel because that's really the big of the big. The big dogs were there.
The main event. Yeah,
the main event.
It was quite the main event. Scotty Scheffler 5 under as the winner. But there was tons of action. Victor Hovland looked like he was golden there for a while. My pick, Will Zalatoris, looked like he was solid from the first round, but as Bay Hill does, it bit back and bit back hard. I mean, goodness me, that was some true carnage there on the weekend, and especially that final day. Did you get to watch it? Any, Derell?
I seen a little bit of highlights, not too much. I was. We ended up missing the cut last week, so I was, doing my best to get back home.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple friends that were caddying there, and they said the weekend was just unreal, and it was just playing difficult and tough. That rough is, hard. It's hard to play from the fairway in general, let alone the rough. So, it's, I seen, obviously people that follow me on Instagram. I'm a big McIlroy guy, and he definitely didn't have any kind words to say about that place. So when you look at it from a guy like that and his caliber, it definitely was playing hard. And like I said, I've been there once. It's hard in general. So how much more when with that type of carnage? And you could tell by, the winning score, it was tough. Even the cut was +2.
Mm-hmm.
Also, cool to see Scheffler get it done. I mean, we've been talking highly about him for a while, and it was just a matter of time before, he gets his first win, and just the floodgates just seem to open for that guy. Yeah. So definitely cool to see there.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 now, which is remarkable. And yeah, what was it? 4 weeks ago, we were talking about when is this dude going to win? Kind of that monkey on his back. And for him to knock out 2 out in really good events. I mean, Phoenix Open, most fans probably, in a regular tour event. And then the Arnold Palmer, great golf course at Bay Hill. That's big time in a big time field, no less. So, he's coming to his own for sure, as we all expected.
So if anybody needs to question it, if he likes the moment, he definitely loves the moment.
Yeah, man. And especially, man, the 15th hole that save there. He had the lead. I think at that point he had like a 1-shot lead, and I was like, man, what are you doing? You're about to double this hole after he hit that little lousy punch shot. But then to calm yourself, at least hit it to the pin high, and then make a 25-footer. Man, that's gutsy. And then on 16, he was out of position trying to make par on a par 5, and make another 6-7 footer there. Just gutsy stuff by Scotty Scheffler. And yeah, I mean, he's proving his own. Victor Hovland, some of his grinding abilities was tested, and unfortunately it didn't quite pass the test.
Right.
But I mean, the ball striking was there for most of the week.
Elite.
Yeah, elite. You have to be on that course. It takes no prisoners. I mean, McIlroy, like you were saying, shot 76 on the weekend. He's the best of the best.
Yeah, he's, like I said, elite as well. So, like I said, it was cool to see. On to the players. We'll see how that kind of shapes up, and go from there.
I'd imagine we'd see some guys who are in contention here go into the players with a lot of momentum. How about the Puerto Rico Open? Ryan Brehm, 35-year-old, first-time winner. And I think he was on major medical, and he needed he needed a win essentially to make it through.
And that he did. I mean, he won by 6 shots. I was there. Stroud withdrew on Tuesday. Was able to, work for my buddy that Monday qualified. I actually stayed with him at the Honda Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Our Honda Classic podcast. I was in his office doing our podcast, so it actually worked out well. That Tuesday he asked me if I knew anybody or look for a local caddy, and I basically told him, I'm like, yeah, I got you a local caddy. He's like, who? And I was like, me. I'm your local caddy. He's like, what? And so I told him that Stroud withdrew. So like I said, it worked out perfectly. Otherwise I would have just gone home.
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, it worked out, and able to help a buddy. It was tough because we missed the cut by 1. And it's always tough missing cuts by 1 because you'd rather miss it by a lot than 1.
Right.
And so, I felt for him because, he doesn't really have any status, and a cut would have, done, good things for him, and possibly a chance at top 10 and move on to Valspar. But, at the end of the day, I know he's a grinder and he's a fighter. So he's just going to keep his head up and, go from there. But like I said, it definitely was a fun event. And like I said, he's a buddy. So it was, I had a lot of fun caddying for him. We got to catch up and do all that. And real quick fun fact is I was so comfortable that I was talking loudly next to the first tee, because I was telling him a story. And there's a bunker right by the first tee, and there's a tent. And so I was talking so loud that they came over to me. Hey, we could hear you on the tee box. And so literally it was kind of like, sorry.
I forgot where I'm at.
Yeah, I forgot where I'm at, and how, like I said, I'm just catching up with a buddy. And,
yeah, man.
Yeah, talking, so it was kind of, and like knowing what I know, I was like, wow, I didn't realize the first tee was so close to the bunker. And I don't think it helped because it was really windy. So my voice just traveled even better.
Carried through.
So it was kind of funny that, I was like, oh, sorry.
Whoopsies.
But I mean, overall, like I said, Ryan Brehm golfed his ball, played amazing. To be any field, to beat a field by 6 shots is it goes to show, like, you're telling me, it was a 120-man field. We're actually joking that it was the Puerto Rico Invitational just because it's a 120-man field. And so basically to beat, 119 guys and to beat them by 6 shots, essentially is, like I said, that's golfing your ball. Well-deserved win. Cool to see. Cool guy. Cool story. I mean, I'm definitely all about it.
Yeah, right on to Ryan Brehm, literally on his last string of status, and to pull out a win like that is just remarkable. With the wife on the bag as well. So
with the wife on the bag. So plus. I said, cool to see.
Yeah. Do you want to shout out to your player's name or no names? Brett Stegner.
Brett Stegner,
right?
I caddied for Brett Stegner. Yeah, he played the PGA Tour for 3 years.
Yeah.
We met on the Corn Fair years ago, and just got a great friendship through that. And just like I said, I've worked 4 Hondas, and every year I stayed at his house. So I'm lucky to have him because, like I said, Honda's a tough place to stay, especially during that week. And so I'm lucky to be able to have a friend like that. And like I said, it worked out to be able to help him out. Like I said, it was just tough because I would have liked to, the result to be better. But again, I know he's a fighter, And like I said, there was a lot of good things, trending in his game for sure.
Yeah, Brett Stegner, I think most famous for second runner up to Smiley Kaufman at Las Vegas back in 2015. So
correct.
Yeah, shout out to him. It was working out. Man, I was really cheering for y'all. Looked like he was playing pretty decent. Obviously, Monday qualified to get in.
He Monday qualified. I mean,
shoot,
struggle with the putter. And in 2 days he was 12th in greens and regulation. So that he definitely has that part situated. We just gotta make a little bit more putts, and like I said, he'll be rolling soon. So cool to see.
Yeah, definitely shout out to him and look out for him. Hopefully gets another start somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
And like I said, great 2-tournament week. Arnold Palmer and Puerto Rico Open. Unfortunately, my picks, middle of the pack again. Will Zalatoris did start well. He did not finish well, as many players did at Arnold Palmer Invitational. So we'll get this one going though. For this week, we got a big time tournament going on this week, and hopefully we do break the streak. The event I'm talking about, of course, is the 5th major, the Players Championship. Derell, TPC Sawgrass. I've been there. It looks like jail if you miss the fairway. What can you talk about the course a little bit as far as inside the ropes? It looks like a brutal test to take on.
This event is in my top 5. I don't know if people have been writing tallies down of my top 5, because I feel like this is episode 9. I feel like I've said top 5 a lot. So I'm almost out of my top 5 remark. But this is in my top 5, and so I'm keeping track. I think I've only said 3 total. But this is in my top 5, and you guys could probably figure out one more at least. So top 5, I've only caddied here once, believe it or not.
Okay.
Just the years that just never worked out for me, but love this track. I've played this golf course twice personally, and the one year that I did caddying it was 2017 with Mackenzie Hughes. We co-led after the first round, and so he ended up finishing 16th that year. Definitely wild ride. We're like the last tee time on the first day, like towards the end, and so we got a lot of coverage because he was in the lead, and I remember it was us and Will McGirt, I believe, that co-led. We shot 5 under that day. So 5 under for the first day of that place. And like I said, there was a moment, on the 18th hole, he hit it way right, and he saw this window through the trees, and it was probably one of my most nervous times of being a caddy, because he showed me a line that I didn't even know that was a line. But he felt so comfortable, and I've gotten so many remarks from friends like they'll never forget that moment because it was on TV. I haven't really talked about it with Mackenzie at all. I mean, there was a gap in the trees that he liked, and it was going over the trees, and in my mind, I didn't even see it, but he was so confident that I let him give him all
the confidence. Go for it, man.
Yeah, I let him be him, and I gave him the confidence that he needed, and he pulled off the shot, believe it or not, and I was like, phew. And so he would have never even realized that I was so nervous. But everybody on TV that was watching it that knew me, they're like, Derell, we knew you hated that play. Like your face was just so, and why my face was like that, just to give it insight, is like I knew the bad things that could happen. And so that's the beauty of pros for the most part, is they don't really see bad things, they see the good things. And so when a guy like Mac at the time was so locked in that you just have to get out of the way and let him be him. And so that's kind of what I did. And like I said, and it ended up working out. He hit the green and 2-putted. And but yeah, definitely one of my favorite golf courses for sure. And like I said, atmosphere, like again, there's a trend, right? There's a trend, I love, if guys weren't paying attention, the top 5 that I've said so far is the week of Pebble and the week of Phoenix. So there's definitely a trend of I love the moment of fans and just just the whole atmosphere,
environment,
stadium type golf courses. So that's what drives me and gets me excited as a caddy as well.
Yeah. If you don't know, the fans, you actually come in to the 17th hole. That's like where you enter.
That I didn't know.
It's quite interesting. Like obviously I only went there one time and I was like, oh, I guess we're going to enter into, the first or second hole as you do. But yeah, that's where you enter. You immediately get into it. It's kind of interesting because then like the 18th hole, like it's almost like you have to go out of your way to go view the 18th hole. So yeah, it's quite different from. I've been to the Houston Open, US Open, obviously the Zurich Classic, and that was the first time where you're just like you basically walk in and you're in the middle of the golf course. Welcome to the jungle, I guess. 16, 17, 18, which is actually pretty much where everyone would want to be anyway, right? I mean, that's right. That's the meat of the stretch where people, or the famous stretch that people know of at the TPC Sawgrass. I do know, so caddies generally get to hit a shot on the 17th hole tournament conditions on Wednesday. Did you get that opportunity?
I did get that opportunity. I actually have video of it if you want to see.
Yes.
I definitely still have video of it. I was wet, to say the least. Long story short, I think at the time it was like 140 something yards, maybe 145. And the front was only like 120, I believe. And I hit the green right on the pin, right on the line, and just it was so firm, it hit the green and went over.
Bounced.
I hit a 9-iron, a little choke 9-iron, hit it way too hard. I didn't trust myself with the wedge, especially with all the fans and everybody ruining camera phones are out. So the last thing I wanted to do was, hit it short. So I didn't trust myself and I went with a 9. And like I said, I probably landed it honestly like 5 feet short of the pin. And
it looked good probably, huh?
It looked great. Like the video, if you want to see it, I'll send it to you. Everybody was and then so
gotta check it up.
But I haven't been able to redeem myself since, but it's good because I've had a lot of time to practice, so when my time does come I should be ready to go.
No, that's an awesome tradition that they have that all the caddies to do. What is some keys, I guess, to winning? So there's never been a back-to-back winner at TPC.
So this place typically is a placement golf course. So again, one of the beauties of this golf course is a long bomber isn't, I don't know if the term is taken out of play, but it's not like as advantageous to be a long bomber. You can't outpower the golf course and have an advantage like you could at Bay Hill, for example. Bay Hill, if you're a bomber, you can kind of, this place plays pretty firm. Placement golf courses, you don't have to be a long hitter, as you've seen in the past of the type of winners like a KJ Choi, a Fred Funk. They don't hit it very far. They're very placement oriented type of players, and just put it where it needs to be, and you need to make some putts and around the greens, get up and down. So like I said, it puts everybody more at play. Just because, like I said, a long bomber just doesn't separate there very easily. So
you're not allowed to stretch your legs like in.
You're not allowed to stretch your legs. Like I said, it's still a very strategic. You got to be thinking, and like I said, the guys that typically win are very good at course management. This is definitely a course management type of golf course.
Absolutely, and I would say visually intimidating. Man. Yeah.
So, and again, it plays pretty firm runouts. You got to kind of know you'd rather be more safe than sorry. Again, Pete Dye, the moment you think it's good, it's not, so that's another thing that you gotta account for. So again, this place requires a lot of thinking. So, which I love. because you already take out some of the guys that aren't as good strategically.
Mm-hmm.
So again, very exciting week.
Yeah, Pete Dye, that little devil, man. He'll
Dude,
put a bunker 30 yards in front of the green. You think it's like right next to the pin.
exactly. Like I said, or you think you're on, and it's all of a sudden rolling off the green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like I said, it's very strategic. And I remember another Pete Dye course, the Dye Preserve. I played with Stegner last year.
Mm-hmm.
Ate my lunch.
Yeah.
Ate my lunch. So
you're not the only one.
So like I said, it's definitely interesting week, and we'll see how it shapes up, and I'll definitely be tuned in.
Yes, indeedy. So you ready to make some picks?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I get to pick this. Hey, anytime I get to pick, I'm not excited because you want to be, in the mix.
At the event,
but because this event is, like I said, in my top 5, I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what I got.
You want to do it first? Dark horse?
I am going with my dark horse. Okay.
Alrighty, go for it.
Again, you don't have to be a bomber. Strategic. You got to place it properly. I picked him before. I'm gonna go back in the well again. I'm gonna go as my dark horse, Brandon Grace.
Brandon Grace.
He won. He won Puerto Rico last year. So typically there's some correlation in my eyes of guys play well in certain timelines during the year. So he played well during this timeline last year, and so I'm going with him this year.
I like he's 300 to 1.
Yeah.
Goodness, that is I don't wow. I feel
that's what I said.
That's what I said. That's a great value for Brandon Grace. Are you kidding me?
It's a great value. So
wow.
I seen him right at the bottom there. For some reason, I seen him right at the bottom, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick him because I think his type of game is ideal to this place.
Absolutely, man. I mean, 62 on a major track, and he's got wins. Obviously, you said Puerto Rico, and I believe
won last year.
Harbortown as well, right? I think so.
He has a Harbortown,
That's a very similar type of golf course.
Yes, it is. Like I said, very, so I'm definitely liking him.
Yeah, that's a wonderful pick. Dang, man, 300 to 1. Put some respect on the name. Come on now.
I know.
Brandon
Grace.
Wow. So my pick, dark horse, who also did well at Harbortown, didn't win, was a runner-up last year. Harold Varner III.
HV3, what a good dude.
Yes.
I know Harold personally, and he's just a good dude.
Absolutely.
Will always talk to you. He won't walk by you, and he'll always say hi. And even if it's a small, like, what a good dude. Definitely a good dude definitely good dude.
Absolutely. First tee alum. He was in the Nature Valley First Tee Open.
Okay.
There's footage of that. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know him personally, but just from afar watching him, it just seems so great with fans and just in general with his peers. So yeah, no, he's easy to cheer for. Hasn't won on the PGA Tour, but got that runner up like I talked about. Won in Saudi a few months ago, or that was a month and a half ago, I would say. Yeah, at that event. In a fantastic fashion, by the way. People should watch that 90-foot putt he made to win it. I think it's just time. I mean, he feels like a guy that would step up to the big moment. Like maybe he won't rack up the wins in quantity, but like in a big tournament like this, I feel like he wants to bring it. And I don't know, maybe it's his time. 125 to 1. Harold Varner, dark horse for me.
There we go.
Yeah.
You'll take it.
I'll take it. I actually did put money on him, like legit. Yeah. I might put Brandon Grace. That is a darn good odds for Brandon Grace. I'm telling you. Gosh.
I mean, hey, obviously the goal is to not pick a lot of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So the weeks that I'm going to pick, I'm trying to come in hard.
Yeah,
I'm trying to come in, let's
want some value,
Yeah, let's go here. I don't want to mess around.
Yes, indeed. How about your contender pick? Got some value as well?
I will. So since I'm going to go first with my contender pick, I'm going to go with my winner last. I'm going to let you go with your winner first.
Okay.
If you like the sound of that. My contender pick, I'm going Lonto Griffin.
Lonto Griffin. Okay.
So, he's a Jacksonville, lives there. great ball striker. I think he's kind of been quiet as of late. And I think, this type of place, the comfort of being in your own bed, practicing here, and I think he's just ready,
That
so,
helps, for sure.
he won Houston a couple years ago. And like I said, it's seeing going up and down the list in the realm of contender. It's hard not to pick him for me.
Very interesting. That's outside the box for sure.
You know?
But yeah, he does have a win. I do actually recall him playing with like Dylan Fratelli on like Tiger Woods Golf Wii or something. It was like a PGA Tour video, and they were doing it at TPC Sawgrass, and they were just having a ball with it. But yeah, it's an interesting pick. He's 150-1 according to CBS. Link in description below, by the way, audience. I don't know his game all too well. I do remember watching him in the Houston Open, and that's a tough track to win. That was Redstone, I believe. That was the last year. Redstone, I think they played.
They call it the Golf Club of Houston now too.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, he plays there plenty.
I didn't know that part. Yeah.
And lives there. So I'm taking, hometown kid.
Lonto Griffin, not Lando Griffin. Like Peter Griffin. Lonto Griffin, baby.
Lonto Griffin.
Yeah. Lonto, 151. Solid contender pick. You want me to do my winner, huh? Is that what you said?
Well, you're going to contender first.
Okay, yeah.
And
okay.
What I'm saying is you get the back-to-back picks.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. We're gonna do a snake draft.
Yeah, bingo. There we go.
All righty. I got you.
Hey, Russell Wilson got. Russell Wilson got traded today. Speaking of football,
big blockbuster. That's a different story for a different day. I wish the Saints had got him, and I'm sure you wish the Niners had snagged him. But yeah, shout out to Russell Wilson. My contender pick is a guy who played pretty well a couple weeks ago at Honda. He's a Ryder Cupper. It's not Daniel Berger. It's Shane Lowry.
Oh, caught me off guard there. Definitely
snuck up on y'all, didn't ya?
Yeah, got me there. Oh, Shane Lowry.
Yeah, 35-1 according to CBS. Yeah, he's a solid ball striker, and one thing with him is he can grind. And I've witnessed this firsthand at the 2019 U.S. Open. I was just stationed on the 6th hole waiting for Tiger, as you do, and Shane Lowry was like a couple groups ahead, and everyone was kind of that hit it left on the left bunker with the left pin. They wouldn't be able to up and down it. Sure enough, Shane Lowry comes along here and hits a nice bunker shot as good as you can. It didn't come up to it went to 12 feet or whatever, but ended up making the putt. And I just remember, trying to follow Tiger's group. I remember watching Shane Lowry just up and down from every which way. So the guy, obviously a major champion, he's playing well at a track that was very tough, very similar, I guess you would say, to TPC Sawgrass. And yeah, I think he's a major player. So 35.
Love it. Hey, he's running hot, like I said, I think this game is, all about, those windows of you playing well, and, he's playing well. So definitely good on you there.
Shane Lowry, 35-1. Put some respect on his name this week. So for my winner, this just feels like a week where a big time player is gonna take it. So I'm gonna be a little bit, I guess, basic, you would say.
No, we're most gonna be basic.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not who I picked.
That's true. We have a weird tradition where we just randomly pick the same people, especially with Adam. In that episode. That was wild. But I'm going with the guy who's been a favorite for a lot of the tournaments we've talked about. I guess he is tied for the favorite odds here. He hasn't won since his U.S. Open, Jon Rahm. I think it's time for him to get a Players. He's been playing too well to not get another W on the books. And it just feels like it's time. He contended a few years ago. Obviously, that was the incident with him and his caddy. I think his caddy's name is Adam as well.
Yeah, Adam Hayes.
And yeah, they had the incident, but they've grown since then. Obviously got a major and a bunch of other wins in between then. And I think it's just time for him to redeem himself at the TPC Sawgrass Players Championship. So that's my winner, 14-1 odds.
And it's also hard to bet against a guy like that. It's it speaks for itself to where he's at, with his game and the level that he's playing at. So, it's solid pick. I don't blame you. I mean, I almost went that route, to be honest.
Snagged him up for me.
I almost. Yeah, I mean, good thing I let you go first.
Yeah. Who you got?
So, I mean, if you want to talk basic, I feel like I'm gonna be basic.
Here we
go. So, this is a guy that like I said, if you know me, this is a guy that I just absolutely, I don't even know I don't know how to describe him, but I'm going with the Irish dude, Rory Mcilroy. If you know who, I like to follow and I like to watch, I mean, this is my guy. So Rory Mcilroy is my dude. He was playing well last week, and like I said, I'm all about guys that are playing well, going into it. I love this, type of confidence type of thing, because, when they're playing well, they know it's close and they can just ride on a feel or a wave. And I think this wave is still going. So he's won there before. Like I said, just a marquee type of person for this place. The other note, one of the reasons why I will pick him is I forgot to mention that of my friends, the weather is not cooperating supposedly. So so that means I could play a little bit softer.
Oh yes.
So there it is. I mean, length might help there. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But I definitely like the firepower that Rory brings every week, and I love his aggressive nature. And he could putt. I think what people forget is he can putt.
Yeah.
Because we were so, we adore his ball striking so much, and off the tee, the irons, and we forget that he can putt. So and definitely the putter, every week is great, but this week, if you're getting looks, I like Rory with the putter.
Yeah, you're holding off. You wanted to pick, and now there it is, Rory McIlroy.
And I don't think I've used him all year.
You haven't. Well,
I haven't.
Genesis, and then I think last week is the only time he's played. So
right. So I've held off. Held off
a little bit, and you're like, all right, it's time.
I'm using my ace. I'm trying to like I said, if things are going my way, I'm not going to be picking a lot. Yeah. So I'm using my ace. I'm bringing my ace out.
Bringing the right hand.
Yeah, I'm bringing the heat.
Yeah, no, I mean, how can you not? He's what is he? 18-1, second best odds. Thomas and Morikawa join Rahm with the best odds. Yeah, I mean, Rory. I've always said this, that after this Tiger era, him and Dustin are the best out of this generation. Yeah. And they've proved it. I mean, with the wins and major totals. Yeah, I mean, Rory's playing good. It wouldn't surprise me. Like you just told me, I see this. I didn't prepare for the weather. If it's soft, and we all know if it's soft, Rory is very deadly. Obviously, won his first major when it was soft, and he can just do some dangerous things with the ball.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that first major when it was soft. See,
yeah.
Like I said, I think I'm basic because I'm going with, like I said, I'm bringing out my ace.
Yeah, the stars are aligning. I don't blame you. I think our picks are. I've got a good feeling this week. I say that every week, but genuinely feel like we're going to do good this week.
I mean, I think I just with Brandon Grace or where he's at in the odds. I mean, I think that was just amazing in general. So I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely. Some other news at the players. Tiger's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So this is going to be released, this video, Wednesday afternoon or something like that. Tiger's getting inducted Wednesday evening. His daughter will be introducing him. I think David Faraday is going to be kind of emceeing it. So look out for that. That's an amazing achievement. We all know who's going to go in the Hall of Fame, but kind of just a nice time to actually, just again, admire the great career that Tiger has unfolded in front of us,
And
we didn't even think he would be here,
right.
This year. So definitely don't take this for granted. And it'll be a great sight to see him talk and, reminisce about all the great memories that we have of watching him. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And also in other news, so that a couple things that kind of tie in together, and it's been pretty relevant, and we've been kind of pushing it off, I guess. But it's supposed to be news about the Saudi Golf League. I do want to talk about the PIP list, though. That I mean, kind of the PGA Tour kind of released. They did release it. I'm saying the whole program last year, kind of as a direct, thing against the Saudi to kind of like help the big stars of the game, get theirs, get the recognition. I want to talk about that first. Did you see the list, Derell? What did you?
I seen the list. I mean, obviously Tiger's first, and I've always said this. I mean, I think the reason why I've gone to caddying is because the money's, the potential money you can make is because of Tiger. Mm-hmm. And obviously I, grew up watching him. He's definitely a guy that I, next to my Rory Mcilroy, he's definitely, there, my fondness of. Mm-hmm. So, it's like I said, well deserving, done so much for the game. And like I said, I think, he could probably take all the money, honestly.
Yeah, so, no, absolutely. And everyone would be fine with that.
Right. Everyone would be fine like that. Like I said, Tiger is, everybody says he moves the needle. He is the needle. Mm-hmm. So, I think if Tiger was, hypothetically, if Tiger needed money, he can set up a camera in his backyard of him watching, hitting golf balls, and the subscription would be $100 and people would do it.
I would do it. Yeah, I would.
So like I said, just little things like that. Like, just be like, whenever he might not even hit balls for a week there, but people will still be paying the subscription. Like you might see him once a week or once every 2 weeks, but still people will pay. So like I said, that's the type of, needle he really is.
Yeah. I actually like the program. I want those pilots. Like Bryson is very active on social media, on YouTube. And I like that he's showing those side of it. And obviously they got the Netflix series coming. The biggest surprise on the list, I guess, was Bubba, but he's very active on TikTok. So I guess it's kind of understandable, not understandable. I guess another big surprise is just those who are not on the list. Like Colin Morikawa is allegedly 11th on the list. That it just, I mean, what are you going to do? The guy won 2 majors or won a major in the WGC in that time span.
Right.
And he's one of the best young players in the game.
But it's how the numbers shake and the numbers shake. But, it's extra money.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. At the end of the day, they're not putting in money and they're not losing anything if they don't get it. They're
not relying on PIP money.
Yeah, the opportunity to get that. As far as the Saudi stuff, there's been talks that there's going to be, a list of players released. I guess those that are rumored, I mean, like the older players like Lee Westwood, maybe Justin Rose or Adam Scott or Ian Poulter. Those are kind of the type of name players that are being talked about this Saudi thing. And obviously you have the whole thing with Phil and his comments and coming out with that. I guess what are your thoughts, Derell, as far as this whole Saudi thing?
I mean, me being a little bit, out there, I mean, there's moments that I think it's not real, and then there's moments that I think it is real. Mm-hmm. So that's the uncertainty of it all for me, is like, I don't know if it's, somebody just said something, now we're just talking, but there's things like with Greg Norman supposedly running it, and them hiring certain officials, and so then there's things like that you hear that are real, and then there's things that like with Phil, the situation, you're like, okay, it's not real, it's not happening. So I don't really know what to think about it, but just from the basis of what I understand is just they're basically trying to make another tour, more money, and again, it obviously attracts the older players because they've done a lot of what they wanted to do on the PGA Tour. And with the younger players, it doesn't, from what I've seen, it doesn't attract them as much because, the younger players, they know the money's going to come. They're out there to win majors and win trophies. They know that by them doing their part and winning, they know the money's going to come. So,
right.
Like I said, I'm definitely interested to see, any movement, whatever happens. But I I read a couple of things a couple weeks ago that they were supposed to make an announcement this week.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll kind of see how that shakes up, and see how it goes. And you know what? I look at it as like, if it happens, we just roll with it, and you just let those guys do whatever they want because they have a choice. And the PGA Tour is going to still operate as business as usual, and you just go from there. But for me, I'm definitely pro PGA Tour because that's where I'm at. So, but like I said, it'd be we'll kind of see how it shakes up, and obviously there's rumors of speculation on who can go and who could not go, and like I said, me being a fan, I'm just curious who goes, so I'm ready to hear an announcement. So
this much is true. As a fan, it's different, and I know there's a lot of contentious with players and things like that in the tour itself. But as a fan, I ain't gonna lie, I'm somewhat interested. Like, the format that they got going. Yeah.
Or has that list dwindled since the whole Phil thing, or or not? Or was the list even true or not true?
Dustin and Bryson probably were offered 100 million. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably. Right. I would imagine it's true.
Right. So we'll kind of see how it unfolds, and obviously we'll touch base on it next week to see if anything even unfolds.
Yeah, because there's been announcement delays always with them. So.
Right.
Yeah, but as a golf fan, I'm interested with the format and the players that they might get. One player, since this all has come out, that I've always thought, if they really should go after is Anthony Kim, a player that I did a What Happened To, and I guess that's probably one of my bigger videos. But I mean, most people think it's the insurance policy, but no one really knows. And it's just, if it's the insurance policy, which is where he can't play golf anymore, basically, or he'll lose the money, then I feel like he's a perfect guy to go after.
Perfect
guaranteed money,
Perfect candidate. Perfect.
And the thing is, he's got appeal that people will just be interested in him, no matter even if he's good or bad. Right now,
he's by him doing what he did, his appeal and stock has risen dramatic, like crazy.
Yeah,
and so like I said, that would be something that for sure, I think if you were running a league like that, you definitely would do what it takes to bring a guy like that on your side.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see as far as where the money comes from and all that. That's a whole different topic that we won't get into. As a golf fan, I'm pro PGA Tour as well. I definitely get that you want to build your legacy through trophies and in the major events, and if it affects, like, going to this other tour affects that, then there's no point on moving to that other tour. But
like I said, we'll see how it shapes up and see what guys I think the beauty of golf in general is you have a choice, right? They have a choice, so if that's something that they want to do, like, that's what they can do.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's kind of just see how it goes, and like I said, we'll see if there's any fireworks or no fireworks.
I would be interested if Anthony Kim came back. So
yeah, that would be that definitely would give it some hype and some something to talk about for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, this was probably one of our lengthier ones, but I thought it went well. Derell, do you have anything else as far as this week or anything like that?
No, I mean, I think, like I said, this is going to definitely be something that like I said, top 5. I've always mentioned that, and so I'll definitely be, looking at it.
Yeah, for sure. Paying attention. Yeah. I know there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this arena right behind me. The 17th hole is so famous. But yeah, Players Championship week. We'll get how about this one before do you think it should be a major?
Oh,
wow, man.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, hot take or not hot take, I think it should be.
I think so too.
I mean, like I said, it's the field is the most money, and I just don't know what officially makes it a major or not major, but it definitely feels major vibes to me, and like I said, it's the most money.
Yeah.
So if that accounts for anything, but this is definitely something that you definitely want on your trophy case, that's for sure. That crystal is always a memorable type of trophy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it should be a major. Who knows if it'll happen one day. But again, we'll put that in the airways, and maybe it will. So
The joke that we always have, at least with this week, is because the money's so high, everybody in this field is going to figure out a day or figure out to be available this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you
Make
may
time
be
in the schedule.
yeah, this is you could be, weddings, whatever, family gatherings, vacations. You're going to make sure you're available this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't be missing it either. As far as watching it on TV, I'm excited. I do like watching the players.
And side note too is like it's tough on me because if I did an interview with that Golf WRX a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you
oh
caught
yeah,
that.
Jacksonville is your
and say
spot, man.
and so that already says a lot that this is a week I definitely don't want to miss, but it's all good.
Yeah. Well, we'll live vicariously through whoever's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So Derell, it's fun as always talking to you, man.
Always, dude.
Yeah, audience, like, subscribe, comment below. Who's your winners? What's your thoughts on anything it is? Your words mean something to me.